So here we are in the very last lesson of creating concept art, issue number 2. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to finish off the side image.
I'm going to redeem myself because this is one ugly mama. Okay?
Well, no, she's not. No, I got to admit. What you're doing, I got to reinforce what I said earlier. This is difficult stuff. I mean, you're doing this live. There's no room for error. You know, generally, when you're going to sit down and you're going to draw out serious image planes, you're going to take your time.
Yes, very much.
You're going to do it right, and we can't really take our time, can we, Derek?
No, image size.
The image size of these, or not image size,
no.
file
size.
That's right. Of these videos right here, we want to keep them as little as possible. They're already going to be big.
Right.
So that's
genetics.
Yeah. So that's pretty important for us to really keep an eye on time.
We can't go too fast. Can't go too slow.
Yeah. So this is a really tough trade-off. You don't see too many drawing videos out there that are in digital format like this.
Correct.
So at this point, again, as a reminder, in the last lesson, what Derek did is he drew lines of reference coming from our front image across. You can lightly see them behind his new taped-down image. But he used those lines of reference, basically, to draw out a quick, blocked-in side view.
Correct. Very quick.
Yeah, very quick. Had some issues, but Derek wasn't too panicky about the issues because, again, it was just being blocked in so that he had a good reference as to where everything was, all of the lines are going to be, or close enough to where the lines are going to be.
And let's talk about the front image. This is number 5 I've drawn.
Is it 5 or 4?
4 to 5. You got to keep doing it and refining and refining and refining. And until it's all good, baby. Until you're good as Buzz can let you be.
Now, what you're ready to do now is go in here and we've gotten rid of all the lines. It's the final image. This is what we're going to end up using for real when we bring it into the computer to model off of, right?
Correct.
So now what you're going to do is go
God willing.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish up the side view.
Right.
And that'll conclude this VTO.
Let's do that. Now,
so take it away.
Thank you very much. Move my hands. No, my fingers are moving. Now, she had an ugly face. She really did have an ugly face. What I want to do is I want her to come in here. I want to refine this just a little bit. I want her to come in, draw lightly. I need my brow here. My nose a little more perky. Still using my guidelines, though. Little lip area through here. Come down for a point. And I want this to come up a little sharper this time. Like this. I want my head to be round, not square, not boxy. This comes down like this. I already have my indicators in through here, if you can see where my eye is going to be. I bring my eye and through here like so. Make my eyeball itself look like this, and then I give her eyebrow, a little bit of an attitude. Okay, my ear, using my same guidelines, bringing my ear in here like this, a quick S like this, and a quick S like that, and bringing the neck down. Let's clean this area up here. The universal translator right here. This is going to come here. The breastplate wraps around like this. Universal translator comes in around like this. Let's bring this down for the breastplate. Down here. This comes down. Make it nice and curved. And across. Let's work in for the rib cage here, correct? Let's bring this in. We need to have a small indicator basically where her sternum would be. Let's bring it in down at an angle. Let's make her look a little more tapered, okay? A little more shapely, shall we? Bringing the belt. Again, we're tracing the lines that we already made in the last VTM, or last lesson. The belt, we don't want to stick out quite as far. Bring it down here like this. We have a little booty action going on here, not quite the Jennifer Lopez going on. Coming down here like this. We know we want the boots to here, like so, and where the foot ends here. Now this is where I want to change a little bit. If we look real close at this image here, this comes straight up and straight down. So I need this to do the same thing, measuring the lines. This got to come up here like this, and down here. Tracing the kneecaps, or her knee pads. Coming down here like this, Let's bring this boot not quite out as far. I wasn't so happy with that. This comes down here. Foot comes out like this, using the same guidelines, same height. Bringing it down here like this. Let's bring this leg right through here. This is where the armament would go. And I'm going to take this up here for my my knee pads that wrap around. Indication for bending. I'm going to take this, my original image, up. Up comes the tape. Be very careful. And I'm still not done refining. Because as I look, because I grew lightly, that's sucked in a little bit too much, don't you think, Buzz? Let's fix that just a little bit, shall we? Let's not bring in so much. Bring it in like this here. Let's give a little bit of line weight in through here, the eyes. Bringing it down here like this. Let's give some line weight variation to her beautiful head here. Now she's going to look different when you put hair on her. We'll just call her Uncle Fester for right now. How's that, Buzz? Okay. I'm Uncle Fester. Stumpy. Coming across here around the head. Again, line weight variation. Let's make her have a semi-skinny neck. This comes up like here. Small indication of a shadow right here. The armament comes around here like this. Universal translator. Comes down. Let's put a little line thick variation right in through here like so. The armor plating for a chest comes down. Line thickness variation through here. This is where the belt is going to be coming down. Like so. We'll wrap around like this. We have our lines right through here where her armor is going to be able to bend, coming across here. The lines like so. And then we have place where our armor and the leg is at. We just don't want to have straight lines there. We want to have indicators. There's our big pad right through here. Comes, wraps down. Let's give a little indicator here. More line width variation. Brings it down here like this. A little more line width variation. And let's zoom back just a little bit, will you, Buzz? And we should have everything that lines up. The only thing I'm not super happy with, because I eyeballed this, taking my T-square out, putting it on my light table, making sure my feet all line up. I want to make sure she's all squared away here. Last indicator. As you can see, I'm not too far off, but I want to be as perfect as I can. And I come down here and I erase this. Alright, Buzz.
Okay.
Well, we still need to add some shading. A little bit. We don't go overboard.
That's right.
We need to indicate the shading in the armor. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's start over here. Some shading in, let's see, shoulder pad area.
Okay.
Well, we don't want it just flat because we don't know if it's rounded or not. So with our side of our pencil, we're going to come in here like this. Indicate some shading area right in through here. We want to make it dark down in this area right here like this, so it gives it, what's the word I'm looking for, Buzz? Volume?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. My homemade stump stick, smudge stick, come up and around here like this. What do you think?
Okay.
I'm going to borrow this graphite through here and bring down this area like this because I want some shadow indicated. And through here like this. Let's find my pencil again. We're going to talk more about the area of the gauntlet. We already had some line with variation here like this, but again we want to make it round. We need to have one side that's a little bit darker. A couple more lines in through here, then bring this darker up here like this. These are more bolder lines because I want to indicate that this is a metallic type of substance, where this is more smooth, indicating where this could be almost a cloth-like material. Again, same thing here. Let's give it a little bit of highlights. I'm taking this line through here, bringing it down here like this to make it look like it's wrapping around some indication or indentation, and quick lines up through here. What I'm doing is bringing my line straight back, trying to get that metal type of look to it. Same thing right through here. Let's take this lines that we've already created and let's borrow from what we brought up here down to here like this and put the shadow on top. And that's giving more of an indication what it should look like. Now we can do the same thing with the chest plate right through here. Let's make sure these lines are dark. Again, this is like the fourth incarnation. Is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, English good tonight. Let's borrow this again. This graphite right here. I'm going to bring it down through here. Borrow it down through here. Now you notice I'm using negative and positive space. There's some white indicators right here trying to give it volume. And what we can do is we can push on again in the areas, in the white spots. Let's just bring down some straight lines like this. Line, 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 to look like some metal highlights. What do you think, Buzz?
Okay.
And this is what we're going to do out through the entire character. Borrow graphite. Give some shading areas in here through the legs. Down and through here as such. Okay, the knee pads are a bit tricky because we have a straight-on shot, but we have to give volume of some sort. So what I would like to do, the side of my pencil, very lightly, all the way around here like this. So it looks like there's light hitting right here, then it's fading off into darkness right around this area through here. Let's go ahead and do the other knee pad the same way. And through here like this. So it looks like light's hitting this area here and fading off. Also, since we're doing all rounded areas, Buzz, what would you call this area right here? You're speechless. Let's just pretend the light is hitting the area right here, and we'll shade this around here as well.
It's the belt buckle.
Belt buckle. Yeah.
Crotch plate.
Crotch plate. That's the word I was looking for.
I didn't know if it was a trick question or something.
I just wanted, it's a family show. I didn't want to say something inappropriate.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't going to let you pull something inappropriate out of me.
Peas and carrots. I was trying. Let's back it up just a little bit so everyone can see. Now let's look at this side here compared to this side right here. Most of the shading is already laid down on this side here compared to this. Can you guys tell the difference? Again, Buzz, you got to say yes. You just can't nod, baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's go ahead and add some detail through here. Again, we want this area kind of dark because we want to indicate these are rounds. Just laying a little bit of detail in here. I want this area to come around here. Make it look like it's dark. Make it look like it's dark. So we know that those are round. Round it off through here. Areas in here, because this side under here is dim, we're going to make it universal. This is dim here. The same trick that we used over here, we're going to use right here. Just a few lines. Few lines. Few lines. Let's have that little indentation right here because I like that. And do line, 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 line.
Okay.
Okay, and we're all line dancing. That's terrible, man. Okay, since this area right here is dark, it only makes sense. We want to make this form the same way because it's symmetrical. It's going to be dark as well. We'll use a little bit of blending for it. Not much, just a little bit. Also, being the concept artist, you want to work hand in hand if possible with your modeler. Some modelers prefer other techniques, so it's very advantageous to talk to them. How is this, Mr. Modeler? Well, so and so. I don't like this. So-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And everyone lives happily ever after. Alright, let's work on this universal translator. We'll do a little bit of indicators right here, like she's got some buttons. And again, underneath, I want this dark, so light comes up. I want to show that her chin is out a little bit, so I put a little bit of shadow right underneath here. Again, we are not going to extremes, because everything's muddled up. It's going to be really hard to look at. So let's back up just a little bit more, Buzz. Let's compare the two, the front to the side view. Even back at this distance here, you can tell a difference, and there's not a lot of shading going on. But what we're trying to do, just like when we're drawing, we're trying to show shapes. Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and jump over here real quick. Again, if the shadow over here is in the underneath part, it only makes sense the shadow under here as well. Trying to capture the same feel and the same mood. The breastplate comes down here like this. Now this is going to help out the modeler immensely, because I want to borrow some graphite up through here, trying to get this volume like the breastplate actually wraps around. You can see that little light indentation, correct? How this, if the breast was sticking out just a bit, how the light would reflect off this area right through here, comes down into a recess here. It's really important to show the modeler that. Now if we have darkness underneath the chin here, same thing right through here. Same thing with her rib, stomach area. Let's just make a few lines come down in a universal pattern, right like this. Belt, capturing the light here. This area is dark. And now, because this area on the inner thighs is dark, this is the outer thigh here. We don't want to have a lot of shading. That's not what's going on. But we can, however, borrow some graphite from this area right here, the two different plates, smudge it right here in the middle, start to give these a little bit of shape in through here. Now, can you tell that?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, good. Now we have this big bulky piece of armor right here. In my mind's eye, it wraps around. So we're going to borrow the same technique as indicating this is round as this is round. We need to borrow some graphite up through here. We're going to bring it down here and work it out almost like a T. I want the light areas right here to reflect the light and have this wrap around. Same thing, the belt buckle is the kneecaps or the knee pads. Shadows coming around like this, so our light's hitting off here, and everything down through here is becoming dark. A little more line weight variation right in through here. Let's borrow some graphite again, and now because this area right here is dark, what I want to do is I want to bring this down like this to indicate a roundness, a round feel to it. You guys can all see that, correct?
Yep.
And because this is dark through here, let's make this dark in through here like this. And borrow some graphite again. We're following this down and around. I want that round feel like that there. And last but not least, let's decorate the face just a bit. Now, we don't have hair on her, and we'll leave that for later because we want to make it simple. However, I'm going to borrow some graphite that's already on my smudge stick. I want to show that there's a little bit of recess up through here. Let's see, I have some shading underneath her eyes. This comes in a little bit to indicate her nose. Cheekbones in through here. And some roundness to her head and through here like this. Let's do the same thing over this side here. There's some shadow underneath her brow here, right by her nose. Indicates that it will sink in. I mean, just like all noses. I mean, help me out, Buzz.
Oh.
You look at me like I'm a, you know.
What are you looking for, my friend?
We're doing great. How about this ear right through here? We haven't really thought about this ear, but let's throw a little bit of a shadow back through here, and then her indent on her head, like my bald head, kind of lumpy.
This area looks kind of strange.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right, because we need cheekbones. The cheekbones need to come up through here. Now, we don't make her look like she's got a 5 o'clock shadow.
Exactly.
So what we can do here...
Or a black eye.
Or a black eye. We're going to use our eraser. And we're going to indicate what we want to indicate. A little bit better? How's that?
Yeah.
Man, this has been a tough lesson, man.
Oh, I know. I understand.
This is not for beginners. And it is. I just want everyone to know out there that it's going to take time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, that pretty much wraps up this VTM?
Wraps it up.
At this point, you're ready to bring the model in and begin modeling?
Correct.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up issue number 2 of Creating Concept Art. I'd like to thank Mr. Derek Stevens for taking his time out of his very busy schedule to sit here under pressure and
play with Stumpy
and under intense heat and do this for us. And with that, we'll be seeing you next time real soon.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Say goodbye to Stumpy. Bye, Stumpy.
See ya.